Hello, and welcome to Beering in Mind Beer Reviews. Today we're going to begin taking a look at some beers from the Kyoto Brewing Company, and I have a set which I just purchased called the Golden Week set, and it consists of 4 beers, and I will be looking at them in turn. Kyoto Brewing Company started in the city of Kyoto, which is the ancient capital of Japan, in 2015. And so they're just about now on their 5th year, what would be their 5th anniversary. In this time of coronavirus, though, there's no celebration event whatsoever. But it was just about 5 years ago when they first came out, and I believe it was at the Kyoto Beer Festival. I'm not sure exactly, but in any case, 2015, and right out of the blocks they were, making great beer. They were, in the following year, they were selected as the best new brewery in Japan on RateBeer. In fact, last year, for 2019, they were ranked as the best brewery in Japan. So a lot of breweries, come out with a splash and then kind of rest on their laurels, and Kyoto Brewing has not done that. They've consistently been good, and they currently have I think 148 beers listed on RateBeer. There may be a few more on Untapped, I'm not sure, and I've had about half, not quite half of them. So this is part of, we're going to look at their Golden Week set, and they have other sets now. Because of the time of coronavirus which we live in, sales are way down, and Kyoto Brewing got their online sales going and bottling going as well. In the past they had just three main beers that were bottled. There are 3 regular beers that were bottled, but currently, I just saw today that they are up to 11 varieties bottled, and they have a selection of sets that you can buy online. The Treasure set, the Garden Den set that you can buy online, and so they've been bottling a lot of those things, and those beers are special beers. The Golden Week set is a few specials and a few regulars, I think, and the first one we'll look at is more or less a kind of a regular, I won't say an ordinary beer, but a regular beer for them. Kyoto Brewing, the management consists of three foreign guys, non-Japanese guys, and they are an American, a Canadian, and a Welshman, and they all met many years ago in the far north of Japan, where they all worked on the JET program together. And I know all of them. I should disclose that, and I've known the head brewer for more than 10 years now. I knew him when he was a home brewer, and he trained in the U.S. and then did an internship at Lost Abbey in San Diego, and then in Shiga Kogen, one of the best brewers in Japan. So he worked at a variety of good places before they started, and he was always a very good home brewer. So they have many of these beers online now. You can buy if you live in Japan, and I recommend you go out and seek them out. They are one of the top brewers in Japan. Okay. Now let's look at beer number 3 in the Golden Week set that Kyoto Brewing put out. We looked at the first 2 in the last 2 videos, and this is the 3rd one that was in their special Golden Week set of 4 beers, and it's this one. This is called Shunkashuto Spring 2020, or Haru 2020, and the kanji here are for Shunkashuto, and that means the 4 seasons, spring, summer, winter, or fall and winter. And the Kyoto Brewing puts out a series of these 4 beers every year, and every time it's different. So 4 seasonal beers, and they're always Saison styles. They have another series, excuse me, called their Kimagure series, and later we'll look at their Haru no Kimagure, spring Kimagure, which is, they're always American pale ales. And again, they vary the ingredients, they vary the process and produce a slightly different beer each time. So the Shunkashuto series is 4 different Saisons per year, and the Kimagure series is 4 different pale ales every year. And this is the spring version of Shunkashuto. It is a Saison, or farmhouse style beer, at 6% alcohol, and this one has 24 international bittering units. On RateBeer, it has only 1 rating because it's very new, and that rating was at 3.9 out of 5. And Untapped, there were 28 reviews so far, and the average was 3.88, so almost identical, almost the same. So, shall we give this one a go? Again, it's Kyoto Brewing Shunkashuto Spring 2020, which is this year. Very fresh. Okay, it is very, almost completely clear, slightly, maybe some slight haze here, but a lot of it is simply carbonation. You can see that carbonation just zooming up off the bottom, you know, like a geyser, for sure. Okay, so Saisons should generally have a refreshing character. Some are very effervescent, and I expect this one probably is. You can see that. I mean, it is really, really something to see coming up off the bottom of the glass. Okay, let's try the aroma. Okay, it's definitely malty. You can smell the Saison yeast. The brewer at Kyoto Brewing has a love of Belgian beers. In fact, one of the very first beers they produced was a Belgian IPA. It was considered one of their regular beers for a long time, maybe still is. This is a nice, lovely, lovely, grassy, malty. Get some light grassy hops out of this. This is nice. Okay, lightly spicy, citrusy. Some mild bready malt maybe. Decided bitterness builds up in the late mid palate and continues through to the finish. Very refreshing stuff. It does have a lightly foamy mouthfeel. The carbonation is just ripping off the bottom there. You can see that. So, and that may be due to this glass. These Duvel glasses is a Duvel glass, and they have a letter D etched in the bottom, the center, which tends to produce more foaming. Wonderful, refreshing, yeah, nice. A lot of Saisons made by more modern craft brewers tend to be sweet, too sweet, especially in the US, and this is not. This is not. There is some malty sweetness going on for sure, some fruity sweetness as well, but it's basically crisp, dry, refreshing beer. You drink this, you know, easily, even though it's 6% alcohol. I wouldn't say it's a sessionable beer, but it goes down very, very easily. Okay, once again, this is called Kyoto Brewing Shunkashuto, which is the spring version for 2020. It is a Saison at 6%, 24 IBUs. you can go online to the Kyoto Beer brewing website, and you can buy their beers if you live in Japan. You know, they will ship throughout the country. And I encourage you to support the craft beer brewery of your choice during these difficult days. Try to help them stay in business. You know, big worry so many of us have is that the young, the new, the special will go out of business. For example, if you live in a town where there's, you know, a small quirky bookstore or a little cafe, some kind of restaurant that, you know, gives some character to the city, these places may disappear during this coronavirus epidemic. And what will survive? The big box stores, the chains, the Walmarts, you know, the places with the big bucks behind them that can, you know, afford to treat their employees, you know, not so well and lay them off and come back again, you know, in a year or 2 years or whenever, where the small business cannot do that. So certainly, if you're interested in craft beer breweries, you know, small breweries deserve your attention, especially in these days. Help them out as much as you can. Okay, well, enough preaching from me. Let's get back to drinking beer. I'm going to look at the last beer in the Golden Week set, which I got, which is actually a very special one. I hope you'll tune in for that. Please subscribe to the channel and leave me a comment, okay? Bye-bye.